When was the last time you bought a book from a physical store? Well, the publishing sector continues to change thanks to technology. The global book industry will be worth an estimated $128 billion by 2019. India is driving that growth, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers. And while print and audio revenue is expected to fall, these still make up 70% of total book revenue. Traditional bookstores have suffered as virtual retailers offer wider selections and convenient shipping. But the company that revolutionized online books is bucking that trend. A major US mall operator says e-commerce giant Amazon will open around 400 brick-and-mortar bookstores. This comes after launching its first physical store in Seattle last year. Experts say the company is making the move because it solved the key issues that plague the book industry: logistics, competitive pricing, and profit margins. Well, some Chinese bookstores are stepping up their game to stay competitive in the digital era, and it seems to be paying off. CCTV's Shi Renjing reports from Shanghai.
Gu Zhentao is the owner of this bookstore. He is still taking great care of this store 19 years into running, and that's despite the crisis it has faced in recent years.
Around 5 to 6 years ago, we were hit hard by the rise of digital books and e-retailers. Our daily revenue was down by almost half. Plus, with increasing rent at the time, we could hardly keep the bookstore open.
Fortunately, thanks to the credibility the store has earned, Gu was offered a lifeline.
We used to be open nearby a university. Now we've relocated inside the campus. The university offered a favorable deal for us. So now, apart from selling books, the bookstore has also become a venue for academic lectures, but we will always focus on our specialty, which is academic books.
And some bookstores have transformed in a bigger way. You may be surprised by the popularity of this bookstore, even though it is located in suburban Shanghai. Jin Hao is the owner of this bookstore. He wanted to make it the most beautiful bookstore in Shanghai. 2 years have passed since its opening, and he's quite proud with it.
There are 3 parts that matter to a bookstore: the environment, the books, and the services. The beautiful environment will attract readers. They could be tourists to stop by and spend some time. We have a team to select books for our readers. We have quite a strict standard. Not all the bestsellers can be put on our shelves.
Jin said its daily visitorship could hit as many as 3,000, and the number doubles during the weekends. Though the bookstore has opened for more than 2 years and become quite a hit, it has yet to break even.
Based on my experience, it usually takes 3 years for a bookstore to break even. You'll be able to gain a profit from the 4th year. It is a slow business. But this boutique bookstore is not like conventional ones. We are expected to break even next year.
In 2014, Shanghai bookstore revenue increased more than 3%, the first rise in years. But in 2015, sales only inched up 0.3%, despite the increasing number of the bookstores.
I once saw 2 readers were taking a picture of a book at a bookstore. I went up to ask them, and they told me that they wanted to go back to check the price online. You see the problem. Some countries have their own book prices fixed between e-sellers and bookstores. And in China, many people are appealing for a similar action. But such an action is based on the binding effect of the agreement and self-consciousness of each member.
Since 2012, Shanghai has budgeted 15 million yuan to subsidize bookstores and promote reading culture among its residents. But subsidy aside, bookstores are taking their survival matters into their own hands. How to find a niche and not to be outdone by the digital waves remains the most critical question to many. Shi Renjing, CCTV, Shanghai.